Hi everyone, welcome back. It's Davia here. I know it's been a minute, but Happy New Year. I hope you all started the new year with a fresh mindset and on the right foot and left whoever and whatever in 2024 that does not align with God's purpose for your life, because you cannot afford to go through another season of stagnation, repeated cycles, of toxicity and foolishness, dealing with people who don't pour into you, people that hinder you and your blessings. It's time for you to enter your season of prosperity, God's favor, divine connections, meeting people who actually align with God's purpose for your life, and just abundance. But, I want to talk about a hard pill. A pill that's hard for most people to swallow, and that is accountability. And it feels always good when we are right versus when we are wrong. It's easier to point the finger, elbows, and eyeballs at others instead of ourselves. And when we lack accountability, of course, that means we're just not owning up to our actions, but it also causes that thing of denial to come forth because you're not able to acknowledge what's wrong in a certain situation. And then you keep going through the same issues, you keep making the same mistakes. And then, when you don't have accountability, you also are not willing to apologize for being the person that was in the wrong. And so now you are part of the reason why someone cannot heal and move forward, because you didn't apologize, because you did not have accountability. Now, if you apologize to someone and they still can't forgive you, they still holding a grudge, bitterness, anger, resentment towards you, then it's on them, and that's between them and God. But you did your part. But don't let everyone's truth about you be, you're not a person of good character. You don't own up to anything. You're irresponsible for your actions. Don't let that be everyone's truth about you. And when it comes to, not having accountability, it'll place you and, get you to a point where you eventually start blaming God. God, why am I going through this situation? Why are you allowing this to happen? Why are you punishing me? When God does not operate in condemnation, there is no condemnation in Christ Jesus. And in Psalms 51, it says, as far as the east is from the west, so far has he removed our transgressions from us. So God does not immediately think of the last wrong decision we did and punish us as soon as he thinks about us. That's not how God operates. That's how people operate. So instead of blaming God for, a consequence you're dealing with because of your actions, because a lot of times we know right from, well, we always know what's right and wrong, but we eventually still choose to do wrong. And then we, as they say, play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. So, instead of blaming God because of a consequence you're dealing with as a result of your wrong choices or actions, you need to say, God, forgive me for making this decision. Help me to be accountable when I have wronged someone or made a wrong decision. I know I put myself in this position, and forgive me for having any anger towards you, God, because it wasn't on you, it was on me to make the better choice. And God, I ask that you help me to make wiser decisions, help me to have a better character and integrity. And that's the way to go about it. Don't sit there getting mad at God because of something you chose to do when you knew better and chose not to do better. So this year and so forth, y'all start to, if accountability is something you're struggling with, just go to God about it and literally say that, God, I'm struggling with having accountability. I don't like the feeling of being wrong, but help me to be someone of character that can own up to whatever wrong decisions I make. You could say that and God will do the work. And, eventually you may come across some situations where you are, put in a space like, okay, this is where I need to start having accountability. For instance, like I just would have like a really like issue with anger, like really just on it, like without hesitation. I'm all the way to 100. And I would pray to God, like, God, help me to be slow to anger. Help me to be slow to anger. Now, God doesn't tempt us. He doesn't tempt us into sin. He just doesn't tempt us. But So I would go to God to, God help me to be slow to anger. I don't want to always be easily angered when something goes wrong. Like, I want to be a person that's quick to be at peace, and so after that, it would be so much situations that occurred where my anger, what I prayed for, like, would be tested. Like, my anger was like, oh my gosh, I'm like not getting it out right. But I was coming across situations where my anger was put to the test. Like, am I gonna get angry, or am I gonna shut up and just calm down and just say Jesus, Jesus, Jesus? Like, that happened a lot. And eventually I got to a place where, like, you don't have to press my button 1,000 times, 1,000,000,000 times before I get ticked off. Before, all you had to do was press that button once, and I'm all the way to 1,000. Now it's not like that. Now, unless I'm a mom, so somebody come for my child, like, that's a whole other story. But anything else, like, you don't really have to press my button 1,000,000,000 times. So just understand that too. When you go to God asking Him to fix you in a certain area, like, just be prepared for what comes after that. The warfare that Satan tries to push to you, because he wants you to struggle in the same area or many areas. He doesn't want you to grow in areas where you are not growing. But it's time for us to grow, and accountability is one of the ways that we will grow. So share this video with someone you feel this may help, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't, so you can be part of some more good conversations. And 2025, my goal is to drop like 3 to 4 videos a week and be so consistent with this channel. Like, when I first started, it's just I started selling trucker hats. I have other business ventures I'm doing. I'm a mom. Like, I'm just trying to balance it all. For my businesses, I'm the marketer, the emailer, the inventory, the person who checks inventory. I'm shipping out the orders, and so I wear many hats. But thank you all for watching, and once again, subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Bye, y'all.